All right, guys, here we are again, meeting up, Lyceum Podcast, episode 12. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, as usual, as this 2020. Today we're going to be talking about the state of California and who's actually in charge of it and the mistakes they're making right now for everyone to see. We're going to be talking about some stuff going on all over the country, China. Pedro's got some stuff going on with China and our rights and people's beliefs and how they're being stated right now. So let's get it popping. What are we going to start off with, guys?
I say we start off with Newsom.
Exactly.
California.
It always starts with California. It's the hotbed.
It is. I would say because that's where we all are, but you guys are...
Andrew's the
Not
most
anymore.
Whatever.
Yep, exactly. That's why you're probably the most excited to talk about it. You made the great escape.
Dude. Texas, the great state of Texas.
Yeah. Whatever, dude.
So what happened? What did Newsom do now?
All right, so from what I understand, I'm pretty sure you have more details on it, Drew, but the big picture is he got caught at a dinner party. I don't know what it was for. I don't know who was there, but he went to a dinner party with, the picture I saw, I didn't even know the two were correlated at first. I didn't know what the picture was, but when I saw it, I was just like, oh, like, I thought it was something else going on, something weird going on, but there could have been, I'm going to say, from my memory, dude, maybe 20 to 30 people.
There was a lot of people.
Yeah, okay, was it? Am I about right? Or
I don't think it was that many. It seemed more like, I don't know, probably in the teens.
Okay, like what, 15 to 20?
Maybe, yeah, like 15 probably.
Okay.
Ish.
What in May? Can someone help me out? How many people are supposed to be at our house at a time? What's the designated number?
Ooh, actually, I'm not sure, but I know it's no more than 3 different families, right?
And those were not his family members.
No. So he was at a birthday party, and he actually
was that a birthday? It was a birthday dinner.
It was a birthday dinner, and supposedly he's claiming, and his office is claiming that he was sitting outside. But it was kind of like an exterior, like it was basically like a building outside that can be opened, like sliding doors can be opened or closed. So he was inside with doors open. But like a witness like rolled on him and said that at times their party was getting really loud because apparently this is like a super nice restaurant in Napa. And so the restaurant had to close the doors. So they were fully inside. And he went on, he made a statement. He was like, you know what? I made a really poor decision. I didn't think there was going to be that many people there. As soon as I saw that many people there, I should have turned around and went home. And
Dude,
I didn't.
He's got that face. Because I saw him making that. Because I looked up just on YouTube to see if he talked about it. Because I heard about the apology that he did. Mm-hmm. So I looked up like dinner scandal or something like that. He came up and I saw his apology. And dude, him and Joel Osteen are like very similar.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah.
Dude, he's smiling the whole time he's apologizing to us.
Thank you.
I'm like, bro, you're weird. Like, you don't look normal when you're saying that. You know?
Yeah. And it was, okay, so it was 12 people, no masks, and to Pedro's point earlier, and I think to everybody's point, it's like, this guy has, for one,
stole Christmas.
He was in a lawsuit because he's basically acting like a dictator in California, and he's passing all kinds of executive orders that he really doesn't have the authority to do. The lawsuit that was brought against him, the plaintiffs were victorious, so he can't be passing those kind of executive orders anymore. But he moved a majority of the state into the purple zone, which is the highest level of lockdowns. And everybody's supposed to be wearing masks, and we're not supposed to be gathering, or people in California aren't supposed to be gathering like that. And he's out there dining with friends, no masks, inside. And he's basically told Californians that they can only celebrate Thanksgiving outside with up to 3 different family members. You're like, bro, come on.
You're making it hard to respect authority, like we're commanded to when he does this. Like when I was
Bro, that's his
thinking about,
only job right. Sorry, Pedro, hold on. That his only his like main his main well, what is it, goal or main subject or whatever it is this COVID. That's literally like all he's been talking about for the past 7 months, 6 months, or whatever. Like imagine if someone you met imagine if Jake, dude, all right, Pastor Jake. Imagine every time we see him, right? If we only see him once, let's say we only see him once, it's on a Sunday. Every single time we see him, what's he talking about?
Jesus.
Exactly. He's talking about Jesus. Let's say someone sends us a picture of him on a Tuesday, and he's preaching at a Satanist church. Dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, it not only does it not make any sense, or does it not take away his credibility or whatever, it's just outright ridiculous, dude. Like he can't just be smiling at us on TV, just smiling his happy-go-lucky attitude and be like, I know I messed up, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I didn't know there was going to be that many people there. I should have went home.
And dude, this is the thing too. So my girl, her father lives in Hawaii, and they now have mandated that masks will be enforced indefinitely. And if you're caught outside without your mask or something like that, $5,000 fine and jail time.
Dang.
Yep.
Wait, when did you say that is going to go into effect? Or
That's in effect now.
Right now.
Hawaii. Yes. It's getting crazy, dude.
It's like crazy.
So, in my opinion, right now, we all need to be very much like, remember Bereans from the Bible? When they were faced with the Messiah, they were like, all right, we're checking the scriptures. We're going to vet, like, no disrespect, but we're vetting you. I think right now what needs to happen, everybody needs to be scholars and really look at the Constitution very hard. Andrew, you came a little late, but I sent some videos on the general chat where it says text channels in Discord, and I had Zach watch them. And what it's exactly going to take is like, I think law enforcement like this. Like there's this sheriff pretty much to give the summary, who stands up and gives a speech, and he's just he at the end bullet point says, I'm not enforcing an unconstitutional law. I know my oaths. I know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm not doing that. That's what it's going to take. So
let's say he's in Hawaii.
Yes.
And it's mandatory, and it's a $5,000 fine. What happens to the sheriff if he decides not to do that?
Nothing. That's the police force, or in that situation, sheriff is state police, right? I'm guessing.
Sheriff is county.
Sheriff is county. Okay,
Yeah,
who's
county.
state police? But besides the fact,
I don't know.
Besides the fact, those are the people who actually go out and say, you've broken the law, we're bringing you into the court so that you can be tried fairly for your crimes, and then whatever punishment is supposed to be put upon that person, it is then, put forward to them. So if they never go out and arrest them and bring them to court, the whole next part never happens.
Hey, so speaking of Hawaii, can I just change the subject for just a moment? It's on the same topic, but
Oh, yeah.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm gonna just read a couple paragraphs from this article.
Mhm.
California lawmakers are reportedly descending on a week-long policy conference in Hawaii as the Golden State urges its citizens to refrain from travel and indoor gatherings. According to the San Francisco Chronicle, the Independent Voter Project, which is hosting the conference, declined to name the fewer than 20 lawmakers who collectively came from California, Texas, and Washington. The conference is taking place at the Fairmont Kialani in Maui, where rooms reportedly run $600 and over per night, with policy discussions and schmoozing with corporate sponsors, the Chronicle said Monday. Its website says the event is 4 days long, and the purpose is to provide a setting away from the Capitol for elected officials and a diverse group of industry experts to consider policy matters in a nonpartisan manner. News of the event came just days after California Department of Health issued a travel advisory urging residents to stay home and to not leave their region. So California is over here just being insanely hypocritical.
Smooging.
You know what's
That's what
scary?
happens when you smooge.
You know
Dude.
what's scary about that? They said they want to do it away from the Capitol. They went to an island where a big pop-up president right now is not going to have any eyes over them. It's almost like the little lords who've been distributed their land are all congregating together for their little next move. And what's even scary is you said someone from Texas is there?
There are 20 people from the states of California, Texas, and Washington. It's more like what it sounds like. The schmoozing from the corporate sponsors is really just these people in government getting taken to Hawaii, and these corporate sponsors are shelling out all kinds of cash to buy their favor.
Yeah.
Is essentially what's happening.
Yep.
Politics.
Unelected officials.
Dude.
Unelected officials trying to make influence.
But the craziest thing, like I said, I mean, Texas, dude, Texas is not fronting. Texas is, I forget who I was texting, somebody, but they asked me how it is over here. I was like, it's pretty much like normal. Everything's normal except you just do it all with a mask. Unless you're outside, no mask. But like when you go to Target, mask. When you go to a restaurant, wear it till you sit down at your table and then you take it off. But like everything's running. So it's not like Texas is over here fronting because they got the state open, but California's telling their citizens not to leave the house, not to travel outside of their region. And then they have elected officials flying to Hawaii. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah, we're getting crazy.
And I heard that they didn't even quarantine after either.
Oh, I don't know, because it just started. I think they just got there like a couple days ago, and it's 4 days long.
Oh, they just got over there?
I think so, yeah.
Did you guys hear about here's something that might also tied into that. Did you guys hear about the office of the president-elect Joe Biden?
Mm-mm.
It's not a real office. That's probably why you didn't hear about it. But they've been distributing stuff, and but it is coming from Biden's like people. He distributed an early executive actions orders.
Yeah, I did hear about that. The mask
Our
was
boys
one of them,
already.
Right? Was the mask one of them?
Oh, everything's on there, dude. Everything's on there. But you know what hit me hardest? And it's probably because I'm Christian or whatever. But he said we're going to listen to science. Like we're going to take it as now this is the overlord. And I'm like, geez, Joe. Is this what we're gonna nail to the church door? This is what we're gonna do now? Really? And everything else is so draconian. He's talking about there's speech laws in there, Andrew, where you can't say certain things or else you can be fined and jailed for it. There's stuff where.
Wait,
Bro.
so let me look this up. What is the fake executive order?
So it's from it's scattered. This is the real problem too. So how I found out about it, which is why people might have a problem with my sources, I found it on Twitter, I'll be honest. And what I did was pretty much, I didn't comment or anything. I never go on Twitter. I just looked around, I was scrolling through, and it was some random document that said Joe Biden administration early executive orders. The reason why they say executive orders is because in the preamble to the whole thing, it was actually like it was a screenshot of the preamble saying since the Senate is going to be owned by Republicans, Joe Biden is going to have to use his executive powers in order to put out laws.
He's going to have to do that to make anything go in his favor. Yeah.
Anything. And my just prayer is that Republicans are always at the White House now, in their seats. And as soon as he tries to get something through, let's go to a vote. Boom. No filibuster. Just shove that to the oblivion where it belongs. Because, man, the stuff I read on there was crazy. It goes down to like where, if someone has a religious preference, right? And, this is good. Justice Alito talked about this in his speech. Freedom of speech, right? Or, freedom of religion to, practice my religion. A Ralph's, he had an example of a Ralph's who didn't want to distribute abortion medication, right? He said he put out that the way we're headed towards, they're not going to get the choice to distribute that medication or not, even though they give, the person a list of other, medication distribution sites that can give them it within a 5-mile radius. They're going to make them do it. It's just so much overreach on so much level. It's just scary to me.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that he's going to be trying to do a bunch of executive orders and push those through, but I feel like that there is going to be pushback, because, I mean, executive orders can only go so far before they start, like, heading to the Supreme Court. Like, he doesn't have unlimited authority, and the Republican-run Senate is not just going to let that go,
Oh, man. How do you think, what's the, going back to the election, right? Because this is where it all takes place. How do you think the court system is going to treat Donald Trump's like 200 or 300 something affidavits right now? How do you think they're going to treat it? For the election fraud, I mean, he has has lawyers out there everywhere just submitting stuff right now.
I think he's going to lose no matter what. But I think that the states have to, on some level, at least, they're valid, like they've got to look into it. They've got to treat them as real affidavits. They got to treat them as real court issues. And I think they have to address them. But I don't think he's going to win, though. Because, like, Georgia is doing their audit right now, and Trump's numbers have gone up by like a couple hundred. He's not going to close that gap,
Mm-hmm. Do you what do you think, Zach? What do you think?
So I have a quick question. So I know the answer, but is there proof? Or okay, let me ask you this: did Biden's team cheat to win?
Yes. He's on video admitting it, actually.
Really?
Yes.
What did he say?
But
he said, we have put together the most... Oh, sorry. I don't want to cut Zach off.
Go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
Not verbatim, but to the same effect. Joe Biden doing some kind of telecast interview or something like that. In front of the camera says, we have put together the most effective voter fraud campaign this nation has ever seen.
Oh, but he was.
You can chalk it up to his Alzheimer's.
No. I think what he meant to say was anti-voter fraud, unless he's just that dumb. Like if he's that dumb, then he's like, "Oh yeah, we're out here about to commit some voter fraud, guys. Like we just put together the best task force." I don't think he slipped up that bad. I think he misspoke. Like I think he mixed up his words.
Well, sir, this is the problem I have with that position, and it's not a slight on you. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem I have with this entire position, right? You say you misspoke, and he did say the right thing, but the whole time we've been saying that this guy is not mentally fit to run the country.
Yeah.
we on the right have been saying that fervently. Now think about this. This is this man's maybe second or third speech addressing the country that he's supposed to be leading, and now he misspeaks. He's been a politician for 47 years. I'm sorry, but Joe Biden. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
I know what you're saying.
but
He's
yeah.
been misspeaking for
I know
his
what you're
whole for a
for
long
his whole
time,
life,
bro.
we're gonna chalk it up all 47 years of misspeaking. He hasn't learned.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, the reason
Lord,
why I
calm
asked
my
that
soul.
is in the Olympics.
Okay, wait. Let me go back to Zach's question really quick before you say what you're gonna say, Zach.
Oh, did
Okay.
he cheat?
Yeah. So to Pedro, like I don't think he admitted it, but
Right.
there's this news outlet, in-depth investigative journalist Project Veritas, who has
Yes.
uncovered what seems to be legitimate voter fraud. I believe it's in Michigan, where
With the
the
mailman.
United States Postal Service is committing essentially voter fraud by taking ballots that were not submitted on time and counting them as if they were submitted on time, and having direct orders from the Postmaster General in that area saying, oh yeah, we're counting these, and basically giving instructions on how to make that happen. And then also one of the undercover journalists asked his postman where he can get extra ballots. He straight up point blank asked him like, hey, yeah, so what happens to all those ballots that like they get sent to the wrong address, or maybe somebody died, like where are all those at? And the postal guy was like, oh man, they're just sitting in a bin, like there's a bunch of them. And he's like, are there any of them left? And he's like, oh yeah, there's some of them left still. And he's like, so how can I get my hands on some of those?
Yeah.
And he was like, if they wind up in my box, I'm not gonna say nothing. And the post office guy was like, or the mailman was like, all right, I'll see what I could do. And I was like,
Okay.
dang, dude.
All right, real quick. This might be a long point. I might get to it faster than I think, but okay. So I asked that question: were they cheating? Pedro, you definitely said yes. Drew said signs are pointing to a yes, but yes.
I think, yeah. I mean, I do think that there's some voter fraud in some states, but I don't think it's like in Minnesota also. Minnesota and Michigan, I believe.
May I make
are
a
the
statement? May I make a statement really quick
Yeah.
about that Project Veritas video? Everybody, please, Zach, especially you. You're my conspiracy guy. I'm jumping into conspiracies at this point. Please listen to the full interview that he does with the independent interrogator. I think Veritas brought in an independent interrogator. They paid him to do this so that it's purely like, hey man, these are the allegations we think. Can you ask him this professionally on record so that it's all clear? Listen to the entire tape.
But see, this is the thing, bro. This stuff isn't conspiracy.
No, it's not.
All the stuff that I say, and it's just not what everyone's saying. It's just not what they're telling us. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean it's a conspiracy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's just that the government's shady and people don't talk about it.
Exactly. We're
True.
being told something. They don't want us to think or say anything else. So if we do, then it's a conspiracy. You know what I mean?
They just do it to discredit.
Exactly. All right. Oh yeah, you're crazy, dude.
And some stuff
crazy.
is crazy. Like some of the things that QAnon puts out, that whole group is just crazy. And I don't think it's true at all. But then
You
like,
don't believe QAnon?
All right, okay, Zach, go to your point.
Okay, so what I was gonna say was, if they're cheating, all right. So if a team in the Olympics gets caught cheating, what happens?
Disqualification.
Michael Phelps, he got caught. It wasn't even cheating, but he got caught smoking. What'd they do?
Disqualification.
They disqualified him. They took away his prize. All right. Governor Gavin Newsom is a prime example. Okay, he says, "Oh, I'm preaching one thing. I'm preaching one thing." Sorry, I'm kind of talking like Joel Osteen because all I see is him when he's talking. But I'm preaching one thing, but I'm not. I'm not. What is it? I'm not walking. I'm talking, but I'm not walking. What happens when Joe? What should be happening to Joe Biden for cheating to get the win? What should be happening to Newsom for telling everyone, making everyone wear masks, and then not wearing a mask in front of everyone? What's happening with the people who are filling out these, or not filling out, but transferring these people's vote ballots, and they're just crumbling them up on camera, tossing them? Prison.
May I answer? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
In terms of cheating for a presidential election, you should be tried for treason. Definitely.
And what else? Not just tried for treason, but what else? You should be freaking locked out of becoming president ever.
Oh yeah, you're done. You're done skis. It's over. I don't know how you made it 47 years being a politician, but also, going directly to the questions, Governor Newsom, you're out. Sorry, bro. You do not understand the Constitution or how to interpret it or how to lead these people. It's a wrap. Sorry, sir. You're out. We're holding I would hold an emergency election in California and say, hey, you are now in a moment where for the next 30 days you have time to submit your vote for a next leader. People come forward. Here we go. Sorry, this guy's out. And then what was the third question?
People crumpling up the vote ballots. On camera. On camera.
We should question their citizenship, and we should at least 2 years of prison, at least.
Yeah, and this has nothing to do with who if it was, dude, I don't care whose side you're on, whose side you're doing it for. The guy, we don't know, but it doesn't matter. If you're doing that stuff, you are held at a standard that you're supposed to keep, and if you're not in something this serious, you should go to prison.
Or just be extradited.
I agree about the disqualification. Like if a president is somebody running for president is caught cheating and has direct ties to voter fraud, then I do think they should be disqualified. Here's the thing: who knows? I don't know. I don't even know if Project Veritas claims that Biden has knowledge or direct influence on this voter fraud. I forget who it is. It's the in Minnesota. They're saying that. Oh dang! I think it's the Minnesota senator. What's her name? She's fairly recent senator. But anyways, I think they're saying that she had direct influence on some of the voter fraud. But to tie Biden to it, who knows? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Dang. Yeah, I'll try and remember her name. It was like
Ilhan Omar, or I don't know how you say her name, but
Ilhan Omar.
Yeah,
terrorist, domestic terrorist, terrorist, bro.
She's the one that's supposedly tied and running some voter fraud there.
Domestic terrorist, bro.
Pedro says terrorist.
Yeah, bro.
Domestic terrorist.
So this is the headline. There's something that pops up on my phone. It's one of the first things that pops up on my phone. Riverside County Sheriff's Department fined for COVID-19 violations. State accuses Riverside County Sheriff's Department of COVID-19 violations. The state.
Mm-hmm.
They're going after the Sheriff's Department, but the leader of the state is involved
violating
COVID-19 violations.
Yeah.
It's all messed up, bro.
Stupid.
It's all messed up.
Recall Newsom? Are we saying recall Newsom?
Yeah, dude.
I signed it before I left with my with my residency that I had. See, that's why I was a little mad about this election, because I had already voted. See, I followed the rules. I voted in California already. I remember it was unfortunately a mail-in ballot, so I don't even know if that got counted or not. But I voted in California. When I moved where I am now, I did not vote again because I knew, hey, I already exerted
Double
the
vote.
force. Exactly. I already exerted the force that was afforded to me.
But could you have even registered in time out there?
Oh, yeah. I had plenty of time to register. And I'm pretty sure, my name being Pedro, I'll just give them a sob story about how I just made it across the border or something. They would have hooked me
get
right
a
up.
first class ticket, dude. Yeah,
Yo, bro.
just give me your vote.
Here's 4 ballots, sir.
Yeah.
4 times that by 3.
Yeah, here's $100.
Oh man. Hey, but in Minnesota, Project Veritas does say that these people were getting paid for this voter fraud. They were paying people for their ballots, bro. Like,
and that's already illegal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a whole lot. But who do you guys, at the end of the day, who do you guys think is going to be the president in 2021?
Harris.
My gut feeling.
Harris.
Yep. Thank you. Zach just said it. Zach just said it. It's Harris. It's all a sham. It was all in a mirage. Dude, there was this moment where she was at a little convention, a little rally of her own, Harris. And the person who presents the speaker, and now President Harris. She literally, she said it, bro. It's on camera.
Dang.
They just said it straight up. They're not even trying to hide anything from you.
Hey, did I tell you?
President Harris.
Dude, last week, or 2 weeks ago when we talked, did I talk about how they were chanting WAP? Did I say that?
No.
I think so.
Dude, they were chanting WAP outside in Washington, D.C. at a rally because they thought Biden won. So everyone was all hyped up. So that's what they chose to get all hyped up and sing.
Ironic.
Wow.
WAP.
Have you heard? We've all heard the song here, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
There are some you-know-whats in this house, gentlemen. There are definitely some of those in the White House right now that I do not trust. I do not trust at all.
Dude, are you serious though? That's what the supporters were singing outside?
It's on. You could YouTube it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sad day.
Singing, dude.
Sad day.
Dude, we're getting close. I know we're getting close to running out of time. I just wanted us to segue. It's kind of a real hard switch, but Trump had a rally, I guess, and there's videos of it. You can see it blatantly where it's a giant amount of people. They're singing the national anthem, good time. Then rally's over. Guess what happens? Guess who showed up?
Some people started getting stuck, right?
That was in D.C.
They were getting
Yes, man. And dude, it was some scary videos. I have one video I'm watching with Leslie, and there's this girl with her boyfriend. The boyfriend is wearing a Trump hoodie, and he's not scared, and he's walking. But the crowd of Antifa, people, they're like in Black Lives Matter. They're just grabbing at her and stuff, throwing stuff at him, going nuts. And she's in duress. And I'm like, dude, you saw it, Andrew?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
they were trying to separate her from her boyfriend.
Dude, they're crazy. They're nuts because they know he'll fight, but they saw the fear on her and was like,
bro, hey. The thing that pisses me off so much is that Antifa and BLM, and by the way, BLM is not for Black Lives. Like, if we could just hit on that again. But anyways, it's always some female from their side attacking some dude. And so the dude is trying to show restraint, but men can only get hit so many times.
Not even
before,
once, dude.
Before they're usually going to retaliate, man.
Hey, if a girl squares up on me, she wants hands.
So you want equal rights and lefts? I got you.
Equal rights and lefts.
you want to feel this up.
Hey, but you know what's crazy is all right. So I disagree. First of all, yeah, the left, man, they're like, hey, they want equal rights. They want equal rights. They want to let men be called women and women be called men. But then as soon as a woman gets dropped by a man, it's wrong. You're like, what? But I thought you just said
I thought you were down. I thought
Anyways,
you were up.
Only when it benefits, dude. That's
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
No,
It's
well-
so confusing to try to follow their logic because it's no logic.
No
Yo.
logic, dude.
Yo, but Andrew, well, just to clear up, my technique for whenever a woman tries to assault me, I have
How
a
many
pair
times
of
does that happen?
Your technique.
Yeah, technique is something that happens over and over and over.
No,
It gets better.
Pedro has a formula.
it's a perfect formula actually. This is what you do, gentlemen, because I'm prepared and I'm smart. I keep a pair of handcuffs on me, and the first strike she goes for me,
Kidnapping.
I'm handcuffing one hand, and I'm going to the nearest stop sign or pole. Boom! You're hooked up. You're hooked up. And you know what I do with the key? What I'll do? I'll go to the
Swallow
opposite
it.
side of this. No. And then I have to stick around. Nuh-uh. What I'll do? I will call the police, and then they will be like, "Mr. Guzman, what's happening?" And I'm like, "Look across the street over there. You see that woman? She's handcuffed to that pole. She tried to attack me. Here's the keys. Don't let her go. You're not gonna do it. You can't do it. I couldn't do it. She's fast. Don't let her go before I'm out of your sight or at least 3 blocks down."
Oh man.
Deuces.
Hey, but in all seriousness, going back to the riots or whatever was happening in New York and DC, it was pitiful. That was so sad, man. It's like this is what our country's becoming. I don't even understand, like, what is Antifa out there talking about? Biden is about to be the president. Like, but I know they just want to see it all burn down. Like, I think there was posts on social media. They're like, "Hey, if Biden wins, let's riot. If Trump wins, let's riot." Like,
It's like
okay.
the Lakers. It's like the Lakers.
Yeah.
Dude. It sucks,
It's crazy.
man. It's just a sad state we're in right now. Sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Andrew, really
state our
quick though.
country's in.
Andrew, really quick. So Europe is doing mandatory vaccinations. I want to put you and Zach in this situation because you do have children, and whatever. Biden gets into office.
Dang, that's
Biden,
a hard topic, dude.
it is.
People get very angry about this.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. On both
Biden-
sides. Those anti-vaxxers and those hardcore vaxxers.
Well, I'm not either. I like people having the choice to, it's not even an anti-vax. Do I have the choice to take it or not? So, police show up to your house, and they're saying, "Hey, give me, your kids' names," and they have Dr. Fauci's minion outside with the needles full of whatever. How do you react?
I'm not answering the door.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing. That's pretty much the best scenario that could happen.
Yeah, I thought so.
For real,
Don't worry.
you know?
You don't, bro. I'm with you. Honestly, if it got that bad, I really think us three at least, or a bunch of us, would need to regroup. And the Christian community would have to, not to say like something weird goes down or anything, but I think we would have to really form our own community. Like, we would have to gather and galvanize together and, and just be like, "Hey, that does not take place here. Sorry. No." And we need
Like
to be
the village?
supporting something like, I don't know about a village.
Off-grid living? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm
No.
Off-grid communal living is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
No, just like we organize efficiently and we get, a good neighborhood of, not to say we, I don't want to make socialism or anything happen like that, but
I know what you're saying.
We plan to get our houses next to each other.
You got a blacksmith, you got a hunter, you got a mechanic, you got a freaking electrician, you got everything you need.
Yeah, like a village.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I hear you.
On the Rilio, I would be the blacksmith, and I'm not making swords. I'm packing bullets. So
you're the reloader, because that forge is about to be in. I'm about to get that forge going, bro.
I would be trying to make sure at least 10,000 rounds are produced a month.
I'll be I'll be out there hammering
though?
some swords
Why?
and knives.
Hold on. Why? What are the 10,000 rounds for?
I'm not keeping them for myself, bro. I'm distributing it out to the community. Now this sounds like a
For
little bit
what?
socialism.
For what?
I want everybody. I need multiple. I don't want to just be the only guy, dude. I'm
Hey,
not.
but for
Only guy
what though?
Only guy
For
what?
what?
Say it.
I'm not saying it.
Say it.
I'm not saying it. You're not.
So you're just gonna make
recorded
10,000 bullets a month just because you want people to have bullets.
Exactly. I like prepared people around me. How about that?
Just in case the bears
The Bears, yeah, the Bears.
huddle up and start attacking us, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna have to go hunting. There we go.
Tifa Bears.
Oh man, how much time we got left?
Dude, I started the timer where I think we're pretty close to 40 minutes, but there's 5 seconds left. I don't know for sure, but we're pretty close to time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're pretty much done. Because my
Closing-
recording's at 42 minutes right now.
Cool. Closing comments, just to close it out.
Guys, it's common sense. Everyone has it. Use it. That's it. Please use common sense. This is getting out of hand, and we're getting dumber and dumber by the minute. And the crazy thing is people are conforming. They're conforming to it. Please, help me be dumber. I want to.
All right, my closing thought is no matter who's president, it's all good with me because God is still sovereign. But I do really, really wish, and we've talked about it before, I am not claiming to be a Democrat or a Republican, but man, the liberals are so illogical. Over and over and over and over and over again. Their arguments, they continue to contradict themselves. It's just crazy.
And then my closing thought would be, I just want to say it very carefully. We need to be a prepared people at this moment. I need people. I can't force anything on you. So please read, know your history, know the Constitution, and then probably the secondary, but still just as important as the first, be ready to, come together and support one another, right? That's gonna take various forms. I don't know how it's gonna look to different groups of people, but it's good. I think it's gonna happen. Third, and my final point would be, if you are a person out there who find yourself in a situation like we saw in those fights going on after that rally, you need to be very careful on how you conduct yourself, because if you're a person who conceal carries, right, owns a weapon, and you need to think about the situations you put yourself in and know when to exert that force when it is necessary. Now, necessary is a very vague word in this scenario because it's going to vary from person to person, but please be very careful. Like Zach said, use common sense. And then at the end of the day, like Andrew said, trust in God the Lord. He's ultimately going to get us through this. Do not panic. Don't fall into depression like I almost did. It's going to be okay.
There you go. Hey, one thing leading into next week. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about Alex Jones next week?
Yeah,
yes.
Let's do it.
I can get it. I think I can get him as a guest.
All right.
I'll try.
That'll be tight. Try your hardest.
Let's
Do
go.
your best, bro.
All right, guys. Next week, Alex Jones.
Yeah, let's go.